Hi there and welcome to this video review of the Comica CVM WM100 Plus Lavalier mic set. Now before I get underway with the review, full disclosure, I was actually sent the units for the purpose of this review, but I'm not being paid. And I've been testing out the units for a couple of days, testing them in the usual sort of scenarios where I would be using lavalier mics and seeing how they perform. And hopefully this will give you a pretty clear understanding of whether the units are suitable for you or not. Now, just say that the whole of this video is being recorded using the Comica lavalier mics, so you can be your own judge of what you think the quality of the audio is like. So just to get started with the actual set, what you get is one receiver and two mics. And this is pretty handy because what it allows you to do is if you're recording two participants, it allows you to mic them up separately and receive their signals with one receiver and then take that into your camera. And it's good to see at this sort of price point that they've targeted, which is it's £239 or $239 for the set. Very much good value for money, good bang for buck. The fact that you're getting those two mics for that price point is pretty good to see. The manual that was supplied with them was actually very good. Sometimes with these type of products, you get a manual that's in broken English and is very hard to understand. And coupled with the fact that the units themselves are pretty easy to operate, you shouldn't have too many problems. The units I have got 48 individual channels. Each channel is an individual frequency and there's a small space between the frequencies. So if you're operating in an area where there's a lot of interference, you'll typically be moving quite a few channels away, but having 48 channels is enough to make sure that you'll have an option to have interference-free communications. Now, the features that I really like on the unit is the fact that the connections are screw-in connections, so the lavalier mics that attach to the mic packs actually screw in, and this is a sort of professional requirement. If you're miking up talent, they're moving, there's a chance that those leads can become disconnected, and the fact that they're screwed in like you see on more premium models such as Sennheiser mic packs just means that they're suited for that more professional environment. You've got the option to mute feeds as well, which is good, especially if you're filming presenters for long periods of time or they're having breaks and you're not wanting to take the mic pack off them. The ability to mute the feed is pretty handy as well. The mics come in a nice carry case and with all the accessories. Now they come with a foam insert. And what I tend to do is actually remove this because once you have the foam insert, you have to break the mics down every single time. So you have to undo all the connections, remove all the wires. The more you're unscrewing them and screwing them, the more times that they'll be fatiguing and potentially breaking in the future. So I tend not to do that. Now, talking about accessories, it's nice to see that these mics actually come obviously with the two lavalier mics. You get a pop shield, a foam pop shield for each mic. And you also get a mini dead cat as well, which is nice to see. I did try this out in some windy conditions and it's pretty effective, so that's good. You get the clips, which tend to work well, the belt clips for the mics. These are only sort of small bits of metal, but they're sturdy enough certainly to attach the mics to your talent. And then also you get a 1/4-20 cold shoe mount for the receiver, so you can put this on the top of your DSLR or mirrorless camera. So you do also get an XLR connector. So if you are using a camera with professional connections, you can connect that to it, or if you're using an external recorder as well. The level of audio quality is very good. I found it to be very good for the price point. Certainly for the amount of money that you're paying for these units, it's not as good as the more professional high-end solutions, but they're not competing with that on price point. So certainly the bang for buck factor there is very high. So that really sums up my thoughts on the CVM WM100 Plus microphone system from Comica. I think it offers extremely good value for money. The fact that you have two mic packs that can be picked up by a single receiver taken into your camera and you can record those two channels with such little fuss really does set this unit apart from others, especially at that aggressive price point. If you've got any questions or comments, please do drop them below. Thanks very much for watching and I'll see you next time.